All right. This meeting is currently on record. I want to welcome everyone who has deemed it fit to be a part of this meeting tonight. You are welcome. We are already having a lot of people who are getting tired of attending our regular meetings. Today is going to be basically uh, a brief update and also to give us a highlight of where we are, about where we are, and also how far we have come when it comes to the issue of the migration process, and also give us a hint on what to expect in a couple of days from now, because the first bulk migration will take place any moment, and so we will hear from the Director of Administration concerning the eligibility of the bulk migration process. And so we are welcome all together. I can see a few couple of individuals represented by some of our leaders in this meeting tonight. I can see some coordinators and also ambassadors. One of the ambassador here in our midst. Uh, even though, even though we are going to discuss a lot tonight, but I want to use this opportunity to welcome everyone into today's meeting. And I also want to thank you for taking your time to ensure that you are part of this edition tonight. And so it's going to be very educative, it's also going to be enlightening, and also we are going to update the house as regards to where we are tonight and also how far we have come in the migration process. And so I want to use this medium to welcome all of us joining from various African countries. With me here in the house, I have Mr. Benjamin Elams and also David D. Makama joining us. We also have Mr. Emmanuel Zaki in the house. We have Mr. Hosea Audu also in the house. We have Mr. Kohli just joining us this moment. We also have Mr. Muhammad Ibrahim in the house. We have Onyemara also in the meeting tonight. We also have Patrick Fidel, and then we have Mr. Paul joining us from the southeast, and also I have Sophie Lane in the house. I also have Mr. God's Power joining us just now. You are all welcome. Welcome once again to another edition. And so, very quickly, we are going to dive straight into the business of the day without wasting much time, because today will be more of interaction, because we as a community need to devise strategies in order to fast track the issue of this migration process. And so I will be addressing a couple of issues and also some of the suggestions that were tabled before me by some individuals and also some of our users concerning this migration process. And so we are also going to hear from a couple of individuals concerning what this migration entails, and also how we can all come together in unity of purpose in order to meet up with the required number of people that are needed in order for us to have this exchange open. And so you are welcome once again. We are represented by, I think, 2 or 3 countries tonight. Nigeria is heavily represented. Liberia is also represented. And so we also have Sierra Leone and other regions represented in this meeting tonight. And so I want to use this medium to welcome us all for today's edition. And so, first of all, I would like to provide us with a little clarity as regards to why are we migrating into the exchange? Why do we need to migrate into the exchange? And so, for those of you who have been following us along, beginning from during the ICO period up till this moment, you will understand that the distribution of the entire ICO allocation ended in the month of June 2021 when the coin went live. No, sorry, 2022, I beg your pardon, when we went live. And so after going live, we were listed in some exchanges, which was very difficult for a lot of us, especially those who are not crypto inclined, to be able to trade with so much complications and also wallet connections with diverse technicalities. And so, in doing so, we will have a lot of people dangling their ways and also not being able to navigate the functionalities of such complication or technical aspect in times of having to find a medium or a suitable way to move your coins in order to sell. And so the Incredible Exchange went live and officially was launched on the 28th of November this year, 2022. But before then, the initial plan was for the Incredible Wealth coin to begin its trading via our dApps, via our decentralized application, which developed some bug issues because the dApps was supposed to be available on Play stores and officially launched on the 13th of the same June after the 10th, which was the launching date. The 13th was supposed to be the launching date of the app officially, in order for the community to begin to use the app instead of using other exchanges to begin to swap and also do some activities when it comes to the issue of transactions. But looking at the development aspect, the developers went through a lot. That app took a period of 6 months while the distribution was going on. The development of the app was also ongoing. And so, also for first in history, uh, you could see the Incredible Wealth coin made an attempt to develop a decentralized dApps alongside with additional features like blockchain communication. And so, being that there are a lot of technicalities, there was an issue on the app, on the development aspect of the back end, that led to some bugs malfunctioning on the decentralized app. And so when it was deployed on the blockchain, there was no way for the developers to attempt to do any correction, because once any project is fully deployed on a blockchain, you cannot alter it any longer. You cannot change it. You can also not be able to, correct anything. And so that was how everything became a little bit technical in times of the dApps, the decentralized app that we all were expecting during the launching period. And so, looking at that particular challenge, the developers also took it upon themselves to develop our independent exchange that will function independently for every user to be able to trade, swap, even host other cryptocurrencies on our exchange. And so that is how the developers again began the development of the exchange. Within the period of 3 months, the exchange was developed and it was officially live on the 28th of November, year 2022. And so that was just a summary of how the journey started after the launching when the ICO came to an end. And so right now, we are migrating every user into the exchange. Okay, I think before I continue, the Director for Administration is in the house. Yes, you are welcome, Director for Administration. And so I will turn the floor over to you for an update concerning where we are at the moment. And also, uh, like I stated, we should be expecting the bulk migration in a couple of days, depending on how far we have been able to attain the threshold of the bulk migration. And so it is clearly stated that based on the fact that we are using the Binance blockchain in order to carry out transactions on our exchange, we have to pay network and gas fees on the Binance Smart Chain network in order to do so. And so that is why we are paying for the migration fees or the gas fees. And so we had a meeting yesterday with the developers and also the global leadership of the Incredible World Coin. And so the director for administration will give us a brief update and also try as much as possible to uh, summarize the entire process and also how many people are we expected in order to have the bulk migration done by the global admin. So you are welcome, sir. You can unmute your mic and come in. The floor is now over to you, Director for Administration. Okay, it looks like there's a little bit of okay. My network connection is very poor tonight. Oh wow. Okay. The director of administration just wrote on the comment section. I think it is raining heavily in Liberia. Liberia for this year. I think the climate change has affected different parts of the world. Even as we speak, rain is falling heavily in some parts of Liberia, especially the capital city down there in Monrovia. And so, if you can hear me, the director for administration, you can unmute your mic when you are ready so that we will have the update as soon as you have a strong network connectivity. Do alert me so that we can be able to give you turn over the floor for you to give us an update. Thank you so much. And so next, I am seeing some hands up. I am going to take your questions and also your comments and also questions as we proceed. Like I promised, today is going to be very brief so that we can have everyone coming in. Those who want to ask questions, they can come in with their questions. Today is basically going to be an interactive session. And so, as I was explaining initially before the entire scenario came in, we as a community right now needs to migrate, and the migration process is not done free. That is what a lot of people do not understand. And so every transaction that you are trying to make or carry out in the crypto space, there are transactional fees that are paid in order to enable that transaction scale through. And so for those of you who have been asking other coordinators as to why are we paying the migration fees. The migration fees is paid directly to the Binance blockchain in order to migrate you and also to give you the opportunity to trade your coins when the exchange comes open. Oh, and so, according to the meeting that we was held yesterday, we made it very clear before the exchange, the migration process began, that we will need a minimum threshold of 3 to 5,000 users queuing up for migration. The migration will be done in bulk. That is why whenever you submit your details to the admin, you are replied with a message that you are on queue. And so, out of the threshold, I think ever since December or November that the migration began, we are almost the threshold. I think we have about 243 persons left. According to the admin, we need 243 persons to have the bulk migration done, so that all those who have migrated beginning from November 29th down to December coming to January, your coins, your data will be moved completely from the ICO into the exchange. And then you are going to see your coins reflected in the exchange. And so the migration process is done in bulk, not piecemeal, because of the gas fee payment. So if it is done in bulk, we will be able to move everyone accordingly into the exchange, and also be able to send or transfer your data into your account. And so that's basically for that. These were some of the updates that we were expecting from the director for administration. And so, apart from that, again, the migration process slowed down since December. When the exchange opened, we have a lot of momentum. People were migrating from Nigeria, and so many people were, complying with the migration process. But at the long run, when we came into the new year, the migration process slowed down. And so, we need to be able to go out there, represent, and also serve as ambassadors for IWC. Like I stated earlier, we are currently going round to ensure that we are able to meet with especially the humanitarians and also individuals who participated during the distribution period, so that they can be able to migrate their users. If all our humanitarians only in Nigeria, if our humanitarians in Nigeria can meet up with 20% of their migrations, migrating their users, we will have that exchange open. And so the migration is coming in, but it's very slow. That is why it's taking us time to have the exchange open. We have a lot of people who are not informed, and so that is why we are currently going around informing the entire community manually, because we have so many people who are out or who are not on the internet platforms, just like those of us are now attending this meeting to get the entire information. But I strongly believe that by now we have a lot of informations disseminated concerning this migration process, and God willing, by ending of this January, we will have a lot of compliance. Many people are looking forward to migrating by the end of January. And so I think the director for administration is back. You can come in very briefly if you can hear me so that we can open the forum for interactions and also questions and contributions. Yes, Dr. Richard Telewayan Jr., you can unmute your mic and come in very briefly so that if I have forgotten anything before we can be able to turn on the forum for other people to come in. And also, okay, so he's on and off. He has gone out of the meeting again. I think he's facing some network connectivity issues over there from Liberia. And so I want to welcome those of us who are just coming in. You are all welcome. And so, in regards to all the explanations I have provided, I think I had, okay, I'm seeing someone raising up his hands. Yes, Mr. Coley, you can unmute your mic very briefly, even though it is not yet time for contributions. Yes,
Thank you, sir. Good evening to everyone in the
yes,
house.
yes. Good evening, sir.
It's
You are
just
welcome.
a suggestion. I'm from Monrovia, Liberia. It is currently raining here.
Okay.
And as you may be aware, I think the director for administration is either out of town on the mission. I'm not too sure because I have not spoken to him yet. But I'm suggesting that he could just give you some general something by text message and then you could just brief the house. It's just a suggestion, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, in respect to the bulk migration, like I stated earlier, we have just 243 persons left for the first bulk migration to commence, so that all the 3,000 users who have submitted their migration details to the admin will be migrated into the exchange. And so we are almost there. And so let us encourage those who are still out there, who are not yet aware of this process, so that they can come in by ensuring that they have their details migrated into the exchange in order to also gain access to their coins when we do come open on the exchange when trading begins. And so, like I stated, in the next few days, those of you who have already submitted your migration details, you will begin to get feedback from the admin concerning your data and also your coins being moved into the exchange on the bulk migration process. And so continue to let us all continue to keep our people coming in by migrating their coins. We have done a lot of job, and we did so much during the ICO. And it will interest you to know that we have over 3 million users in IWC who participated in the distribution of the Incredible World coins during the ICO, majority of which received their allocations via the humanitarian allocations that were distributed. So, especially those who received the humanitarian allocation, you got your coins for free. Some of you did not pay a dime to get those coins. Why? Because you fall under the umbrella of the humanitarian allocation. And so you should be kind enough to also migrate your coins in order for this exchange to come open, because there are humanitarians who have about 9,000 people under their constituents who received 100 coins for free. They have not paid for a dime to receive such allocations because the humanitarian allocation given has to be distributed to individuals. And so we have a base. We have a serious base that has been built. What we are waiting for right now is for people to comply and migrate into the exchange. We have more than enough. When you go on the exchange, you will discover that we have a lot of merchants from different exchanges. They have created their accounts waiting for you to migrate your coins so you can sell your coins to the traders. Many of which, those who already have created accounts or wallet on the exchange, they don't have IWC coins. They don't have the coins. And IWC is not selling any coins any longer. The distribution has already been done. So if there is anybody who buyers are waiting to buy coins from, it is you who participated in the ICO. And so this is why it is necessary and also important for us to migrate into the exchange so that activities can begin. If the exchange opens today, buyers will be there placing orders, looking for coins to buy. Nobody has coins to sell in the exchange. And so you are the seller. That is why it is necessary and also important that we have all our users migrated into the exchange, at least 55,000 users. Out of the million users that even in Africa, we have more than 3 million users in Africa alone. And so let us continue to provide our other people with the necessary information that is required for us to be able to have them migrated. The director of administration has been on a tour in Liberia. I also have been thoroughly going around in Nigeria. And as a matter of fact, we are currently in Yola. And so all our users will be having a general meeting with the joint humanitarians by tomorrow in Yola, in the state capital. And so all our users who are joining us from Adamawa State in Yola, we are currently in your state. And so we will be interfacing with a lot of individuals, uh, independent and also joint humanitarians in Adamawa State. And so if you live around Adamawa State and environs, we are currently in Yola as we speak. And so all IWC users and also holders in Yola, do your best to reach out to us, contact the ambassador, so that we will be able to interface with everyone and also provide you with the needed information that you need, especially for those who are not part of any of our social media platforms. And so we want to be able to have series of meetings to be able to help you in the process, guide you through, and ensure that you understand whatever the migration process entails, so that we can begin to have our people migrating or coming in into the exchange. And so, thank you very much. I am seeing some hands. Yes, I am going to take Mr. Paul T. Dolo from Liberia. Yes, Mr. Paul, you can unmute your mic very quickly and come in. Just press the microphone and you'll be able to come in. Yes, let's hear you.
Yeah, I did. Okay, thank you very much. I'm listening to the program, and I look forward from Liberia.
All right. You are actually coming in and out, Mr. Paul. So if you can hear me, it looks like the network is very poor in Liberia. Liberia is currently experiencing heavy downpour of rain. And so that is why perhaps your network connectivity is very poor. But all the same, if you can hear us, do well to refresh your phone and come back again, and I will give you the opportunity to come on the platform. Yes, I have Selena Leneke also raising up her hands. Yes, you can come in, unmute your mic very quickly, and come in. Madam Selena, if you can hear me, I think she is one of the joint humanitarians from Yola. Madam Selena, if you can hear me, unmute your mic and come in very quickly.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, ma. You are
Good
welcome.
evening. You people are welcome in Yola.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Honestly, seriously, we have been waiting for you people because we have so many problems here, sir.
Okay.
Issue of KYC, issue of migration. Some people even don't even have these iPhones for their KYC. Some
Yes.
don't even have email address, and I
Okay.
don't know what to do. And some are saying that they bought the coins in different this thing. They want the coins to be joined together. So I don't even know. I always tell them that me, I don't know anything about it, but I will call our people at least to tell them. That was why I sent that text message. Was it last week or last 2 weeks, sir?
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Madam Selena. We are here to address all of those challenges. As a
Oh,
matter
why
of
they do
fact,
us this wahala now? Yes, sir.
yes, the network is a bit bad, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yes, but that is
I,
one of
I
the reasons why we
yeah.
are here. Yes, you can proceed.
So that's the problem, sir. But I think there are some of them that have gone to the village now because they lost some of their sisters, brothers, uncles, and so forth. So I don't know. Maybe by next week, sir.
Yes, so we are here until next week, and so
Okay,
we are
sir.
here until next week. As a matter of fact, we arrived Yola since Tuesday, and ever since
Okay.
then we have been attending to
You're welcome, sir.
lot of individuals from different regions. And so this weekend, we will be in Alheri in Yola. And
Okay.
so let all the members and also all our users from Alheri and within Jimeta, let them be informed that we are going to be around to attend to them throughout on Sunday. From after the church closes, we will be there attending to all our users because we have a lot of users in that
Oh,
cathedral. And also, next, we will be proceeding to Numan. After Numan, we'll be proceeding to perhaps Mubi before we return back to finish it up at Lamurde before return heading back to other regions. And so it's going to be a lot of moving around, and we have been moving around, myself and the ambassador, trying to see how best we can reinforce and also engage the process because many people are so anxious and eager to begin to see the IWC money in their hands. And so that is why we are working tirelessly to ensuring that this exchange comes open so that all those who purchase coins from the Incredible World Coin will be able to gain access into their account and be able to trade as well. And so, thank you so much. Do us a
thank you.
favor by passing this information to every other user around.
I will.
Let
I will.
them come together. So we want to interface with them so that we can address all of those challenges and also give you the practical tutorials on the migration process and also tell you how you can go about doing all of that. And so, thank you very much.
Okay.
I am so
You're
happy
welcome.
that you are in this meeting. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir. I will.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. And so I will return back to Mr. Paul T. Dolo from Bon County, Liberia. You can unmute your mic very quickly, Mr. Paul.
Okay, hello?
Yes, you are
Hello?
loud and clear. You can proceed, Mr. Paul.
Okay, sorry, the network because the rain is up so that we are not ready. We are struggling to join it.
Okay.
For the migration, we are not yielding
It looks like there is a serious network connectivity due to the
train,
down.
and we need to have a training purpose so that we can continue our work.
You are breaking
Can you
again,
hear me
Mr.
clear?
Paul. Yes, yes, proceed now. Proceed.
Yes, sorry, we are saying we are sorry for the network problem.
Yeah.
Someone
Okay, I think there is a serious connectivity challenge from Liberia because of the rainfall. And so we would like,
yes,
if it
okay.
will be possible, Mr. Paul, you can just note your contribution or comments right on the comment section, and I will take your suggestion so that we can address that because of the network challenge. So you can go on the comment section and just type, and I will be able to address your concern. Coming to the issue of migration, we are fully aware that not only Nigeria, even in Liberia, as a matter of fact, there are places where there is no network connectivity. You can't find internet at all, or even network to communicate in some parts of Liberia. Likewise, Nigeria. Nigeria is very bad right now. This wasn't how it was initially, but things went very wrong. Even the internet service is very poor. I also strongly believe that in some parts of Sierra Leone and also Ghana, that is why we don't have many other people joining us in this meeting because of such connectivity challenges. But all our coordinators, Mr. Paul T. Dolo, and all the leaders from central Liberia, which is the Bon County region, uh, I want all the leadership to swing into action by creating more awareness on the migration process. Uh, I think there will be a tournament and also the last social program activity that will take place close to your region in a few coming days. And so the delegation from Monrovia will stop over to you in central Liberia so that you guys can be able to swing into action more on this migration process. We have a lot of people in a few months or last year who have been lamenting about the issue of when are we going to start withdrawals? When are we going to have access to our coins? This is why we are paying this sacrifice by moving up and down to ensuring that we are able to meet up with the entire migration process so that this exchange can come open, so that all those who are part of this project will be glad and happy that they were able to identify with these from the initial stage. And so thank you very much, Mr. Paul. If you are facing some issues connecting in the house, you can type on the comment section and I will attend to your question and also your comments. And so I would like to also briefly give the ambassador an opportunity to speak. He is, even though he is also along with me in Yola in Adamawa State, and so he would like to address a few issues and also talk to us about the migration process. And so you are welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my director. Thank you so much, our leaders in the house, and thank you for everyone, every holder of IWC. God has been suffered for all this time, and we're here. I just want to bring out something, just a few tips that I want us to use. The thing is, as leaders that we are, because all of us that IWC holders, we are all leaders, and everything is in our hands. One thing with crypto, there's no boss, it's not a pyramid scheme that I need to do, bring two, three people for me to withdraw. Everybody is a boss, just like the way the director have said. The coins is in our hands. We are the people to sell to any other person that is coming on board. And I just want to say this. If we can actually help ourselves into bringing people on board, I was like trying to talk to my boss. I said, some of these humanitarians that we have that receive these coins for free, and although there's a strategy we actually adopt sometimes in December and that is working. Maybe because of the shift of things around us that has made the migration to be slow. But for me, please, this exchange will be open if only we can actually come together as a team. I told some people the other time, I said, even if you're an IWC holder, if you need more coins, although IWC as a company don't sell, but from the humanitarians we can get coins, because the essence of it, if coins is being given to us free and we cannot migrate the coins, there's no point us keeping the coins for you. But we have someone that can actually migrate those coins. Half of those coins will be given to the person. Like I always say, the coins was sold at the rate of $2.50, and 50 coins of that is about 75,000 naira. That's in Nigerian. So for us, but here, one thing we're trying to do is to make sure that just with 10 people from Nigeria, just with 10,000 naira. 10,000, that's about, in dollars, it's about probably 14 or $15 or thereabouts. You can actually get 50 coins of that person. And anywhere you are, if you need more of these coins, because we just want to see that and I always tell other persons that say now that I actually championing the migration, it will come to a time that we cannot, that I will be on your own. Some of us that have not come on board, you have to look for your BNB by yourself. Like the last meeting, I was trying to let us know. I said, when we calculated the when we calculated the BNB, it was about around 5,000 naira Nigerian money. But as of today, between a week, the BNB have grown. Now, even if you want to get your own BNB now, 5,000 naira will not give you BNB. You will need like 8,000 to 9,000 naira before you can get the 0.02 BNB. So for us, it's a plus. And it's a loss on IWC as a. But we're doing all of this to make sure that you and I enjoy this whole thing at the end of the day. It's a win-win-win thing for everybody. They too have to take all the need to put all the sacrifice they've been sacrificing, and they're still sacrificing for you and I. So for us that has colleagues that are working, that actually believe in what in crypto, and even yes, in crypto. Right now in Nigeria, in case you don't know, government of Nigeria are training 31,000 young people into crypto because we are
So you
going
will not be
cashless
seeing paper money,
now in Nigeria.
which
So you will
that
not be
money
seeing
the
paper
e-naira
money,
cannot work
which
until
that
there's
money, the e-naira
the
cannot work
blockchain and
until
there's
there's
CBDA. The CBD, you need to get CBD for you to make other transactions.
a
So it's good
blockchain. And
for
it's
us
actually
who are
for us
already
that
part
we
of
are already part
IWC,
of
and
IWC,
IWC
and
has opened
IWC
our
has
eyes to
opened
see
our
that there
eyes to
are
see
more of opportunities for us to work to get more for ourselves. Despite the things that is really happening around and
that
with
is
all the
really
poverty.
happening around
But
and
for us
with
in
all the
IWC,
poverty. But
we
for
just
us in
want to be like this story in the Bible. In the midst of hunger, we have abundance to share.
IWC, have abundance to
So if you're here and you have colleagues, you can actually talk to them and say, hey, during the
share.
ICO, the 50 coins is about 75,150,000 thereabout. But with 10,000 naira, you will get 50 coins. If you can just migrate one, if you have 10, 20, 30,000, you can migrate as many people you want to migrate. Then you will have more. For me,
Then
I
you
will
have
pray
more. For
that at
me, I
least
will
you
pray
should
that
also have
at least you
500
should have
coins.
to have
If you
500
have
coins.
500 coins in
If you
your
have
position,
500
I
coins in
bet
your
you
position,
understand what
I
I'm
bet
talking
you
about. By the
understand what
time
I'm.
the exchange
By the time
opens
the
probably
exchange
by next month.
opens, probably by next month.
So you can talk to other person,
So
and
you
if
can
there
talk to
are other
other
persons
person,
you
and
think
if there
that
are
you
other
want
persons you
us
think
to
that
work with
you
them,
want
actually give me a call. Give me their number.
talk
I
with
can
them,
talk with
you
them
can
directly.
actually give me a call.
Open their eyes to
Give me
see the
their number. I
opportunity
can
that is
talk with them
IWC,
direct to
the
open their eyes to
opportunity
see the
that
opportunity
awaits
that is
them,
IWC,
so that
the
we can
opportunity that
actually
awaits them, so that we
make
can
sure that this
actually
thing open, the exchange open.
make sure that this thing open, the
So this
exchange
is just
open.
few of the tips I just want to
So
give
this is
us.
just few of the
Let's
tips I
and
just
if
want
you
to
have
give us.
other ways on
Let's
which
and
we
if you
can
have
make
other
this
ways on which we can make
make the
this
exchange open
makes
for
the
us to
exchange
start selling
open for us to
our
start
coins
selling
and making our
our
money.
coins and making our
I'm
money.
eager.
I'm eager.
Please, you can just
Please,
let
you can
us know.
just let us know.
Not just for
Not
us
just for
bringing
us
out
bringing out
suggestions all the
suggestions
time.
all the time.
So we are
So
all
we
part
are
of
all
this.
part of
It's a teamwork for everybody, and it's going to be a win-win for
this, a
everybody.
teamwork for everybody,
Just the way
and
the
it's going to be a
executive
win-win for
director has come,
everybody.
the same thing that
Just the
me
way
I
the
have come.
executive director has come,
So we want to sell our coins. We want to
the
sell in
same
the
thing
market.
that
Already
me
the
I
exchange
have
has
coin.
been created, the
So,
market has
because we
been
want to
created.
sell in the market already,
Now
the
we can't
exchange
just
has been
abandon the market
created,
to
the
be
market has
empty.
been created. Now we
So we
can't just
just have to
abandon the
start
market to
selling.
be empty. So
So
we
if
just
you
have
have
to
any
start
other
selling.
suggestion that we can make,
So if you
especially
have any
those
other
people with
suggestion that we can
humanitarians
make,
that we are
especially
giving
those
coins
people
for
with
free.
humanitarians
If you
that
have
we are
suggestion on
giving
how
coins
we
for
can get
free,
them
if you have
migrated,
suggestions on
please
how we can
do
get them
so.
migrated,
Why
please
I'm bringing it
do.
because so many of them are widows, so many of
Why
them are orphans.
I'm
Some of them don't
bringing
really have
this
money to do
because
that. But if you
some
have and you can actually do it,
have money to do.
that will add
But if you
to your
have and you
coins
can actually do
and
it,
will help
that
that
will
other
add
person
to your
migrate his
coins
coins.
and to help
So this is
that
just
other
one of
person
the things that I just
migrated
want
his
to add
coins. So this is
in
just
today's
one of the
meeting.
things that I
Thank you
just
so
want to
much.
add to in today's meeting. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much for that update. There were a lot of suggestions that actually were suggested on the humanitarian forum in our previous meetings. But in other, most of the humanitarians adopt the strategy of other people migrating their constituents and also getting 50% allocation of their coins, of which that is also another strategy for us to be able to fast track the entire process and have many people trooping in into the exchange. And so we would like to be able to have the entire migration process completed at least, let's say, minimum by the end of the month, or max at least first week of February. All those who have migrated, who began the process from November all the way to December, should be able to have themselves reflected in the exchange by God's grace. And so it all lies on us. When it comes to the issue of cryptocurrency, not only cryptocurrency is a game of numbers. We need to have these numbers on the exchange, the number of holders holding this coin, and also ready to trade with it. And so this is why someone brought a suggestion that why can't we run an airdrop? and also try to deploy other referral programs that will enable the exchange open. If we should run a single or 5 or 10 coins airdrop for people, we are not running a data, IWC is not running a data censorship or a data, we are not into data collection. We are also not into data laundry. Yes, that's the language I'm looking for. And so many of these uh, projects that runs with airdrops, that promises a lot of opportunities using airdrops. Those of us who ever participated on such projects, you will understand what I am explaining. Oftentimes those projects turns out to be nothing, but rather those particular projects are designed specially in order to launder with your data and make money out of it. And so we are not into data laundry, and there is a referral media publicity program that will be done when the exchange do comes open, to attract a lot of investors and also a lot of traders on the exchange. And so before then, currently at the moment, we are encouraging all our users to do your best and have yourself migrated into the exchange, so that all of us who partook in the migration, the ICO process, you can have yourself, ready situated in the exchange, into the exchange, as trading comes open, so that we can all together begin the entire trading activities, not strangers, because we do not have strangers who have IWC coins in their possession. It is you who have the coins in your possession. And so it is you who is coming to sell the coins to any buyer who wants to buy the coins on the exchange, not from IWC. And so, like I stated again, we are the ones who will determine whether or not one IWC can value over 1,000 US dollars per coin or 100 US dollars per coin. That power lies in our hands when the exchange comes open. And so I want to also recognize a few individuals, except if there is any contribution or any suggestion, you can indicate by raising up your hands, and I will give you an opportunity to speak. Otherwise, we would like to proceed, especially to recognize a few individuals uh, on the forum before we finally conclude the meeting. And so I have people coming in and out. There are a lot of people actually having challenges joining, I think from Liberia and some part of Sierra Leone, because of the heavy rainfall going on over there in that region. And so some of them are not able to scale through. They are dropping a message via our WhatsApp platform, finding it difficult to come into the meeting because of the heavy downpour. And so this meeting is recorded as well. And so we will upload the recorded version on our YouTube channel so that they can follow up with the update. And so just a quick reminder, we are just close to the bulk migration. We have just 243 persons left for the bulk migration to take place. And so the faster we move, the faster we migrate and also disseminate this information, the better, and also the faster we move in terms of uh, moving the bulk migration of those who already began since when the exchange went live. And so I am encouraging everyone, all of us, to engage and also meet all those who are part of this project by ensuring that they are aware and also informed about the migration process, so they can also migrate and come on board. And so I would like to recognize the presence of some of our leaders. And so we have Mr. Hosea from the southern part of Kaduna State, who is heavily representing us in the migration process and also assisting a lot of people. You can unmute your mic, Mr. Hosea, briefly and greet the house very quickly.
Hello, sir.
Yes, you can come in, Mr. Hosea. How is the migration process going on in the
Yes, sir.
southern part of Kaduna State?
Well, sir, I want to first of all greet everybody in the house.
Yes.
Um, the migration here is fast growing,
Okay.
and just like the ambassador have said earlier, there are people who have been calling me that they want to use the humanitarian package to do the migration for them so that they can have 50 coins that you stated earlier. So in that regards, I'm waiting for a lot of people that have promised to come. So
Okay.
that's the update. But honestly, there is momentum. I have did almost 10 day before yesterday.
Okay, that's good. And
Yes.
so at least if we can have 10, 15, 20, 50 persons coming from different regions, we will get the numbers in no time. And so, thank you so much for that enlightenment and also that update. I appreciate your effort and also putting in more resilience in the southern part of Kaduna State. We are not only in the southern part of Kaduna, we are also in the metropolitan city. And so, for those of us who want to do your migration and you are situated in the Kaduna State metropolis, you can contact the ambassador directly so that he can link you up with the migration team over there in the city, in the state of Kaduna. And also, we have Reverend Samson Chie, who just came in very late from one of the counties from Liberia, from Sino County. Yes, you can unmute your mic very briefly and tell us how is the migration going on in your region.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes, good evening. You are welcome, sir.
Yes, it is well by the special grace of God and with the help of the Army Director. Sino is on course. We are doing well, going gradually.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. I think your mic is muted once again. I think just of recent, I sent a delegation round the southeastern and also the director for administration and his team were with you in a few days back. I think that was last week. How is the momentum going on within your region? I think you should be able. We are covering Riverses, Sino, and also Maryland County, and even Grand Cru. So, how is the momentum going on? How is the response going on? Your mic is still muted, so you can
Yes,
unmute your
it's going
mic.
on.
Yes, go on, sir.
Yeah, it's going on well. It's going on well.
Okay,
It's going
thank you
on
very
well. It's
much.
just that, yeah, it's going well. Yeah.
All right, all right. Thank you so much for that kind response, and we thank God that at least you already know the migration process, and also other coordinators in other counties are able to get the detailed information about the migration process. And so we are happy for what God is using most of our coordinators and also leaders to do. It is a corporate duty, and it is also a teamwork for each and every one of us to ensure that we have these numbers migrated into the exchange so that all our users can be in the exchange and also participate in the trading activities when we do come open on the exchange. And so, thank you so much, Mr. Reverend Chie from the southeastern part of Liberia. I also have one of the humanitarian administrators okay, Benjamin Elam, you are from Yola. Unmute your mic and tell us what is going on in your region. You are one of the administrators to one of our independent humanitarian.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes, good evening.
Um, People have been migrating. Those that have issues, some will contact the ambassador. He calls me. I go in to solve them for them. I've been traveling from Lamude to Yola, Yola to Lamude. That the park I send they will give me award for the best traveler. So people are turning up, but there are regions that information have not gotten to them yet. That's why when you came, we talked to the ambassador yesterday. Mostly, if you can reach this Alheri and get the people there, they will spread the word to other places, and people will be coming, because some will be coming out from the villages till these people get information and inform them, and they will come. So we are still working. We're encouraging people. Some have even started sponsoring other people, but migrations are going on well here in Europe.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Benjamin. That's a nice job, and also that is a good one from Yola. We also have some issues. Mr. Paul from the southeastern part of Nigeria, you had some challenges with the migration process, and I ask you to get back to me. Mr. Paul, you can unmute your mic very quickly and give us an update. What is going on in the southeastern part of Nigeria, and also how is the momentum on your region?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Paul. You are welcome. Yeah, so what
Yeah,
is the moment? What is happening in the
honestly,
southeastern part
the
of Nigeria in your locality? How is the migration process going on?
honestly, for quite a long time, I've been working alone, trying to get in touch with most of the people that invested their money, and it is very difficult to convince them. Some of them were, very angry, telling me we told them that these things will be open by November last year. Up till
Mm,
now, we are still moving from one story to the other.
mm,
So, and I used to calm them down that this is not a story, that this is
mm,
the process of cryptocurrency.
mm,
This is not the first, this is not the second, and our own is not going to be the first that will be a different. We're going to create a difference in a good way, not
mm.
an in that. So outcome of
Okay, I think
and they
okay.
were, trying to reason with me somehow, and
All right.
I believe that in a very short while now,
Yes.
some of them will start to comply. And the one of the bulk, you told me to send it to ambassador, the names,
Yes.
and to ask them if the email is authentic, and which I did, and I get back to you, and I send a message across
The email validation
telling you that
in the
all is
migration
with
process.
the email.
When you
Yes.
send the emails to the
Mm-hmm.
ambassador, when
Come on.
the sign up is done on the exchange, the individuals in question needs to verify their emails. Without verifying those emails, you will not be able to proceed further
I told
in
them.
the creation of the wallet. And so were they able to verify their emails? Because the email verification expires in 24 hours. It has an expiry time. And so when it does expire, that means you have to create a different email to resign up a different wallet account. So this was why I was trying to ask
Okay.
you some questions, and also we have people from your region who are not joining these meetings to get update and also informations. Yes, we promised that this exchange was going to be live in November. It was live in the month of November, which was November 28th. And so currently, right now, we are in the migration period. And so the process requires that you will have to migrate your coins into the exchange. That is where you are going to use your coins to trade and also to do any other transactional activities. And so those who want to migrate or they are ready to migrate, the migration does not have an expiry date. And so let us get that very clear. But we are
I know.
encouraging all our users to migrate so that activities can begin. Those who will be left behind without migrating, they can migrate whenever they choose to thereafter. And I will also encourage you as the leader to try as much as possible to get the migration process very clearly, because it will help to ease the stress between communicating with the ambassador and also trying to get someone across to do the entire process. Because coming to the issue of exchange, if you are to establish configuring the two-factor authentication and also the validating your email by verifying it when you are signing up on the exchange, all of these technicalities requires someone very close in order to do all of that confirmations. And so I will encourage all your leaders. Of course, I'm not seeing any of them. You are always the person who is on the meeting. Most of them are not here to get the information, and so encourage them to go to our YouTube channel and be able to watch the video tutorials, of which I'm going to drop you the link, so that either you or any of the leaders should be able to understand the migration process and then begin to move or migrate people into the exchange. Currently, like I told you the last time, I'm in
Yeah.
Yola in Adamawa State.
Most of them.
Hopefully, if need be, I will give you the schedule for the southeastern migration tour, so that we can be able to interface and also put you through the entire process. Thank you so much for that update. And do inform your leaders to
Welcome, sir.
always come on board and also try as much as possible to attend the meetings so they can have the necessary support. Thank you very much. And so our recording has gone beyond 1 hour. And so I would like to just recognize everyone in the house before we wrap it up. And so we have discussed so much initially before some of us can join from the meeting. And so if you are not here from the beginning, you can watch the recorded version of the entire meeting and also have yourself updated thereafter. It will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, where you can be able to get the detailed information about the entire discussion from the beginning. And so we are heavily represented by a few countries tonight. Nigeria is heavily represented. We also have Liberia on board. We have Sierra Leone represented. We also have Burkina Faso represented, and also Ghana and Togo are not here tonight. And then other regions are also not, I'm not seeing Otis from United Arab Emirates. I'm also not seeing Kelvin from representing us from Russia and other areas. And so those of you, we are mostly focused on Africa. Let us do our best to have our people migrated. Reason being is because right now, at the moment, we are going around trying to spread the message of migration. When this exchange comes open, I am going to be busy trading on the exchange. And so that is when you will see a lot of people rushing now looking for who to help them in the migration process. And so let us utilize this moment that we are going around trying to educate everyone and also helping other people to migrate. Let us all migrate and cooperate in order to have our coins in the right place, ready to sell and also ready to buy and also transact, swap, and do other transactional activities. And so I would like to recognize the presence of uh, Arjun Yi. I can, if I don't pronounce your name very well, please forgive me. I also have Mommy in the house. Okay, she came a bit late. Mommy Japheth. And I also have Reverend Chie and Mr. Ima Osagi. I also have Mr. Emmanuel Zaki, who is the ambassador, Pastor Enaturu, and God's Power. Oh, God's Power has been with us also from the beginning. I will give you an opportunity to speak. We are running out of time. Mr. God's Power, you are welcome, and thank you so much for the effort you have been putting, working along with the leadership of the Incredible World Coin in Nigeria. And I also have Mr. Henry, I have Mr. Hosea, I also have one of our well-respected father in the house, uh, Mr. Joshua Makamatakar, who is one of the monarchs from Kaduna State. And I also have Mohammed Ibrahim. I also have Onyemara Chidi. I have Patrick. And I also have Mr. Kohli. And I also have Paul and Sophie Lane, Namanu, and all other people whom I may not mention your name one after the other because we are running out of time. I want to appreciate each and every one of you for taking your time to come on board. If you came in very late, we will upload the entire update on our YouTube channel. Try as much as possible to subscribe to the Incredible World Coin YouTube channel so that whenever any video is uploaded, you will be the first to be notified. And so if you came late and you are unable to get through the entire information, you can watch the recorded version that will be uploaded by tomorrow on our YouTube channel so that you can have yourself informed from this meeting tonight. And so, on behalf of the entire leadership, the African leadership, and myself, I want to appreciate each and every one of us for taking your time to come on board tonight. Once again, thank you so much. Yes, I can see someone raising up his hands. We are running out of time. Yes, you can unmute your mic very quickly, Mr. I think, hello. Okay, I think you can
All
drop.
right. Good evening.
Yes, we are actually rounding up. Yes, very quickly. Let me hear you very quickly.
Good evening to everyone. I think some of us came very, very late because of the
Yes.
timing that was earlier put. We don't know about the recognition which was done by you regarding the people in attendance of for the meeting. So we'd love to get to know about the immigration update that was given today to the entire house.
Okay. Yes.
Maybe
I was
just two,
actually
three
saying that.
lines. We just get.
I was actually telling you that this meeting is already on record, and so we have recorded the entire meeting from the beginning of this update up till this moment. And so, if you are joining very late and you were not able to join us earlier from the beginning, we are going to share the recorded version of this meeting. Immediately after the meeting session closed, I will upload the entire record on our YouTube channel, and I'll share the link on our various WhatsApp group chats so that you can watch the entire meeting when it started from the beginning so that you can have yourself informed. Thank you so much for that observation, and that is what I was about to do before you came in. Thank you so much. And so, on behalf of the entire leadership, and I want to appreciate everyone, and especially those who joined us from the beginning. Let us meet again next week, Friday, for another edition of the Migration Google Meeting Update. Thank you so much, and good night, everybody. You will have the recorded version of this entire meeting posted on our various platforms. Thank you so much.
Good night.